Hey, Nitro, hi, Strega, hi. Hi, Evin. Yes, after a long time, ചുമ്മാ സ്ട്രീം ചെയ്തൊന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. പണിയൊന്നുമില്ല. ഞാൻ നോട്ട് റൈഡർ ആർക്കും
Already,
വിഷ്
unless
കളിച്ചോണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു.
drastic
അപ്പൊ വിചാരിച്ച്
countermeasures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic.
എന്തുണ്ട് വിശേഷം എല്ലാരും? It's been a long time. Yes, yes, yes. എന്തുണ്ട് വിശേഷം?
There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
Yeah.
ആരെയും ഇപ്പൊ
I'm a
ഡിസ്കോഡിലും
bit
കാണുന്നില്ല.
chilled just thinking about it. But the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere and not.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah. If I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their
By
tracks so
sure, Hydro.
perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rahir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him. So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette
Okay,
and her
Hydro,
big
bye.
robo buddy to help
Dekana.
us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rerir, what then? That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow? I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go
Hi.
find backup.
Agreed.
Hi, hi, hi.
If anyone
Camera
finds
ഇല്ല.
so much as a
Just,
trace of Rerir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible.
ആർക്കൊക്കെ ജസ്റ്റ് കളിച്ചപ്പോ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് സ്ട്രീം ചെയ്തോന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Nefer. Let's go.
എന്തുണ്ട് വിശേഷം സുഖല്ലേ? ഇടമേരായി ജംഗ്ഷനൊക്കെ കളിച്ച് ഇനിയിപ്പോഴാർക്കും ബസ് വരുന്നത് 3 ദിവസം കൂടെ ഉള്ളൂ. കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ വാച്ചിങ് കിട്ടില്ല. Flins.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Ugh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this. So, you guys didn't find anything either? Not loving the word either.
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or he's just extreme.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession.
All we can do now is hope that I know and Nefer turn up some leads. Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Flinders, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Nefer showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frostmoon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter-strategy? We don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised, but what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Llama? The Frostmoon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Rira's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frostmoon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frostmoon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, Not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lama. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Those times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The three moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
Stay your hand.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amspartnir? Oh, you're Varka?
save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me.
Oh, is that where I think?
That's the one. Come on, move!
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their head has an expeditionary force on foreign soil. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting, you look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that grip.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but my squad took heavy injuries and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I know I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flins added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The Iridescent Moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow?
I know a way, but... we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to evolve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
She heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Notcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get
എവിടെ
involved?
എത്തിന്നോ
What could
എന്താ
possibly be
പറയുന്നത്
in it for
മനസ്സിലായില്ല
me?
What if we
ഞാൻ
told
ചാറ്റ്
you
നോക്കാതിരിക്കായിരുന്നു ഞാൻ
we can't
സ്റ്റോറി
do this
കേട്ടോണ്ട്
without you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. So I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you
Oh,
never accept
unbelievable.
favors. They are
എന്ത്
the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful
Wonderful.
who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flins, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefer did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Krumkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Notcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and...
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
fun.
All right then. We'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're...
You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zendrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us, out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against? We'll let you
Story
leave
twist
in one piece.
part 4
But
long
don't
ആണ്.
even think about trying to get
Long
inside.
ആണ്. I know. 3 ദിവസം കൂടെ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പം ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചു ഇന്ന് മാക്സിമം കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ എനിക്ക് റിവാർഡ്സ് ഒന്നും കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടിട്ട് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ.
Zendrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing but...
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you...
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to...
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received at...
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message from me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. Guess that's our cue to leave? That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little. Huh? What do you mean? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged. Don't tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you. Come on then, Mr. Right here. Let's pick up where it's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
ഭയങ്കര ലാഗ്.
Polonia, get him!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for all.
She's not here. Where did she...
Hey, over here, you big...
Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is your method for investigating Rerir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but
whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rerir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even... And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind.
Eh?
That shady merchant who sold you an over...
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Excited.
Hey, aren't you...
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have...
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing...
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past.
Cold ആണ് കയറ്റി ഇപ്പോഴും cold ആണ്.
It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord So-So.
You guessed.
The one at the very least.
What if I told you it's some...
Is that so? Then we really...
You're...
a powerful woman, if you're willing to win.
Then let me put...
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 more. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
ലാപ്പൊന്ന് കളിക്കായിരുന്നു ലാപ്പ് തരുന്നില്ല അവിടെ.
That will be all.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is... After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me. So remember. Now then, let us peer into the Recher of Solnari's past. I made it.
I gave it 3. I right. ഇതിപ്പോ ഇടവരായി ആക്ട് 4 ആണ്. കുറച്ച് ടൈം എടുക്കും എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു.
I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings. Looks like the fearsome Recher of Solnari came from surprise. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Rever. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'll test it out. And if it's as good as... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin...
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been...
മുൻപ് കളിച്ചിട്ട് നിർത്തിയതാ. ഓ ഓക്കെ. തോന്നുന്നു ഇതൊരു 3-4 മണിക്കൂറെങ്കിലും 4 മണിക്കൂറെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ കളിക്കാതിട്ടിരുന്ന. ഇപ്പൊ പ്രീമോസ് കിട്ടണമെങ്കിൽ 3 ദിവസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. അതുകൊണ്ടിട്ട്
I went
കണ്ടിന്യൂ
over to
ചെയ്തു.
Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection. But I went up to Joseph, asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about if he invites me again.
The Lindis. That
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Flame, Batman, Arkham Knight. ഓ എന്തൊക്കെയോ ഗെയിമല്ലേ. അറിയില്ല ഏട്ടാ, ഞാൻ അതിന്റെ വിളിച്ചിട്ടില്ല.
grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is under... That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it
Where
comes
the
to
Wing
dining.
Meets കളിച്ചോ? ഏതൊക്കെ ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ് അൺലോക്ക് ആക്കി? എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് കുറെ ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്.
I've just about saved up enough
നെഫർ
now.
ഉണ്ട്, ഫ്ലിൻസ് ഉണ്ട്,
Time to buy it.
കുറെ
Keep it
പേരൊക്കെ
somewhere safe.
ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ നെഫറിനെ
Making
ഫുൾ
a big
അപ്ഗ്രേഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല.
purchase.
അപ്ഗ്രേഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ
I wonder what
നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക.
it is. He really is a professional. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool, the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever It was you who helped me see.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that?
Hi, log.
The burial place of a fallen moon.
Rear, over here. Dane! Oh, and Vedelson here?
ഫോണ്ടേൻ
What a
ചാപ്റ്റർ
surprise to see you here, sir.
ഇല്ലില്ല, ഫോണ്ടേൻ കളിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഫോണ്ടേൻ കളിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഫോണ്ടേൻ കളിക്കണം.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink.
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't...
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were... I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I
ഫോണ്ടേൻ
wouldn't have believed
കഴിച്ചിട്ട്
you
വന്ന്
either.
ജസ്റ്റ് കുറച്ച് കളിച്ചിട്ട് നിർത്തിയതാ. ഓ ഓക്കെ. ഞാൻ കളിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് എത്രേ 3-4 മാസം ആയിട്ടുള്ളൂ. 4-5 മാസം ആയിക്കാണോ, അത്ര ആയിട്ടുള്ളൂ. എല്ലാ ആർക്കും കളിച്ചിട്ടില്ല.
So, are you planning to come clean about your
മിണ്ടാനായിട്ട്
Sure,
ഞാൻ
I'll have to tell
ഒന്നാമത്
at some
സ്റ്റോറി
But I'll
എന്നെ
need
എനിക്ക്
to pick the right
കോൾഡ്
time and
ആണ്.
place.
ഇതെണീറ്റ്
To be
പറ്റത്ത്
honest,
കോൾഡ്
I
ആണ്.
have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on,
Where
stop being
is
such a
the-
pessimist.
where is Smith
For all you
culture?
know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now.
അതാണ് ഈ ഗെയിം.
A member of the
അതെ, അതെ.
King's Guard. Quite the cover story.
Of course he does.
ഞാനിപ്പോ പക്ഷെ
Anyway, enough
കുറച്ചായി
about me.
കളിച്ചിട്ട്.
How have you been?
Me? Same old, nothing much to... What's up, Vet?
It's nothing.
Vedafulnir. Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned, and yet, does he even know me? Why did he react?
Brown curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rere looked perfectly normal. As frightening as this monster is in the present.
Flins? You're back early.
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the...
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
സുകുമാരൻ ഇത്ര നേരമാണ് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാൻ പ്ലാൻ. അങ്ങനെയല്ല, എനിക്ക് മടുക്കുന്നത് വരെ കുറച്ചു നേരം.
Isn't that a good thing?
നിന്നെ കിഡ്നാപ്പ് ചെയ്തോ?
Vedifalnir showed up today too.
Ah, Mr. Vedifalnir. So, we're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us?
ഇന്നലെ ഇതിന്റെ ബാക്കിയോ?
I'm sure someone... You worry too much, Rere. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well.
ഞാനാണെങ്കിൽ സ്പോട്ട് ബ്രേക്ക് എടുത്തു ആദ്യം തന്നെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് സ്റ്റോറി
Like I said,
ഇന്ന് നാളെ ആയിട്ട് തീർക്കാം എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ശരിക്കും തരില്ലായിരിക്കും.
Meanwhile, the opposition tried to speak out. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Flins, It's nothing. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together. Sure.
See? You just need to stay positive. I can feel your warmth. You're just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain.
You're right, Flins. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join.
Even busier than the big shots, huh?
Relax. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect...
Well, that goes without saying. Besides, they're two completely different things.
All right. Wait up.
It seems like Rere was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of... Let's dig a little.
My numbers and follow. എന്നാ തെറ്റോ? എന്ത് പറ്റി സുകുമാരക്കുറുപ്പേ?
Operation was resounding success after all these years since the dynasty's fall.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Khaenri'ah has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth.
That's not entirely true. Many of its secrets remain unsolved.
You still haven't told your...
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners?
You didn't choose this life. Any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for. Speaking of which,
We need to be... Someone, it seems, has strong opinions. Your concerns are not unfounded. Take care, Ray Hero of Solnari.
Thanks, Thorkel.
Flindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to, but that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. The Moonlit Dynasty's are a thing of the past. Yet even now with the sun shining, could that be why Vedalfnir held back? I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very Vedalfnir and Dainsliff. The vision. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't... Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second.
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rep.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But
For someone so young, you sure...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying.
May
we have a word in private?
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind of... Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got his name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you...
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, he must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling...
Simple.
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us in?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what
I'm just as curious as you are. Luckily, we managed.
So far, so good. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission,
if you're worried about...
If I know boss, she's...
Part 3, lalala.
They've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. This seems to be quite...
Oh, എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല കേട്ടാ. എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല.
They might not have seen us yet, but... Oh, that's enough. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to... Hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call.
Arlecchino.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy... Hello again, Columbina.
It's been a while.
എന്നോടല്ല. വെൽക്കമിന്റെ ട്രസ്റ്റഡ് ആണ്.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, what? He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Nani, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make...
ഞാൻ ഡെയിലി കളിച്ച് കാണിച്ചു തരുമോ ഓഫായിട്ട്?
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Nefer to set up the decoys and buy us some time.
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui harbingers, even at a time like this.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been we have our own way of doing things.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. That's why I'm here solely in as a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda.
All right, listen up, everyone.
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other...
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé. What's the matter?
Interesting. Anything else? What?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like...
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure...
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah, just like how...
If we could somehow find her...
It's possible. That merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could...
All right, then. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here...
I'll head back to the Curatorium.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to begin. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely been... I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flins, Aino, and Nefer when they get back.
All right.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything,
we'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Stay safe, everyone.
we're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To some, everything going smoothly.
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired Oh, right! Nefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the wild hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a divert. But according to Flins's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Notcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least...
Flins, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Notcry... I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, Nefer and I will head back over to Amsvartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting...
It's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that Nefer should go investigate the situation over at Amsvartnir on... Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a
Your surprise is understandable. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerve. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the... Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon...
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a...
Oh, sounds
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon, does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like, but I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind... Still, even with the Dark Sun...
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson... Anyway, time is against us here. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to
That's right. For now, the iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession...
Deal. Then let's get started.
What started?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me... You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world. And
beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
the Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
There's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney?
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside... Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice as you're crossing over. No matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it.
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go. What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken...
Careful! There's something Paimon's right behind you! By the way, how
I thought. It was only a facade. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of... Wait. See that? Looks like a... Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people went earlier to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Flins, we'll leave the
I hope this isn't ruining date night. Ugh. Mind your own business.
Felindis? Is that Reru's girlfriend? Oh, yeah.
The Abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved.
Whenever I see this view, waning moon, oh, lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people, to be...
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
The moon marrow, or rather the power of the three moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe... inhibitors in place, I should be able to access... Oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. If only I could get my...
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Elendis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon...
It must be. For within...
Then there's no time to lose! These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's mirror. That must be the iridescent moon's mirror! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Close your eyes. Observe to dust.
Let's dance! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Close your eyes. Be silent. Night falls.
Ready, steady, go!
Observe. Fear the dark. Close your eyes. Be silent. Close your
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away. If we can purify the abyssal power with... brought you to us. All that time ago. You look so puzzled, but trust me when I say that.
What was that all about? Was that the... It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew, for a fading soul like hers. Our auras.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help you regain... Alright. Time to leave this place and meet back up with it. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy. Give it back! The crimson house! My marrow! My heart!
Hi, Indian. Nihu, hi, Nihu. Sorry, under the door.
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
We made it! Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But you're... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is, I was...
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return.
Hi, hello.
Feeling stronger?
Yinile, hello, sister, yinile.
Hey, Columbina, are you okay?
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that you're...
It's still not enough. There's no just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take it.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The ray here of
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like, but now, you're full of vitality.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, but whatever you're after, don't let the abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rerier.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. Once you've all right, that's it from me. I'll get...
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your...
Star. Act 3 online. Oh.
It was a close call.
Hi,
but we
baby.
got the iridescent moon marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing. Do you think the others are making good progress? Hey, look! Flins! Llama!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehuda had to stay at the curatorium.
I ran into Miss Nefer and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flins.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune.
We meet again. How...
Albedo! What are you doing here?
That would be a natural assumption to make.
It's us. These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told, and given how people of outstanding talent tend to...
So? Who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
We're waiting for you.
A gentleman of few words, I see.
It's nice to meet you again.
Wait a sec! You're Manny Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards...
Wow! You look so different! In a good...
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now! Paimon could get used to this.
Personally, I think our little when people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so...
You're absolutely right.
Uh-oh. People are talking about...
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friend. I'll be meeting Zendrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities.
I understand.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left.
Are you saying we're about...
As a matter of fact, I am. overheard your
Hi.
little chit-chat outside, by the way. With
Coba
Miss
dia
Columbina's
kan apa
colleague
itu
gone,
pas
we should be
banget lah.
back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in.
Zhongli Thomas. Hi.
Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the...
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon.
When someone else jumps in to do...
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self.
When he comes looking for us, it's...
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the...
As the saying goes, the enemy of my... Though, I can't promise the same for everyone.
After all this time apart, is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher Albedo's way of speaking has been like jumping in at the deep.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides,
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel under such circumstances...
Oh, but it's fine.
What can I say?
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true...
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
You're both awfully quiet. Have either of you...
That sounds like a...
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent...
I'm flattered.
If I ever get...
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, whatever style feels best to...
Very well.
You can replicate...
I can try.
Thank you.
Is there something...
Yeah, for starters, you do have a point there. Oh yeah!
Sure.
Great! And in return...
If that's what you...
Oh, okay, anyway.
Indeed.
Truth be told,
you're not alone there. Itlua is a good...
Come on. Let's just keep this...
That goes without saying.
Anyone else in the know?
It's dangerous being too...
Then, in the name... Of course. Miss Nefer, you made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda back at the curatorium to watch over things while I'm gone.
I didn't say anything. Right, Flins? Anyway, before we begin, there's a few... first up, we have Miss Lauma. Nefer is leading the investigation into Reru's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. Over here, we have Mr. Flins, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the wild hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin, who's come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all of Tibet.
Wow! That's a lot of people! Great turnout!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way. So, congratulations on the booming business, I guess.
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is? Who's looking for me now?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter is that I'd like you to gather more intelligence about the Recher of Solnari.
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say your job's probably more hassle than it's worth.
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Recher of Solnari's real name is Rerir. He was once an acquaintance of mine.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the Five Sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of... I have never spoken openly of this before. The visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired... And last, but not least, Recher of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice?
Strangely, now that it comes to it, the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedifenir, when I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally centuries on. The memories of that night still haunt me, like a never. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir, the fairy...
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dane.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not, there was a time when he was just an ordinary man. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be...
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced. But it seems like that hasn't happened yet.
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even from the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. Even with the moons united as one, so far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague me until the day I finally leave this place behind. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Recher of Solnari. As Arlecchino put it, This is not about chasing the spoils of
Kutar.
Defeating the Rehir of Zonari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take...
We've considered several viable plans now. Is it even possible to kill Rerir? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave...
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I...
So you're placing all your hopes on me?
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then Flints's insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll...
Oh? And what makes you so
This isn't about the money.
Look at them getting along so well.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy...
Is that right? Well...
Anyway, Mr. Dainsliff, let's talk.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. Why? You think I've...
Quite the opposite. But what make...
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay.
That's very considerate. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rerir's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsliff already. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's...
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but
That's one way to put... Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rerir's thoughts. The reason I've gathered you all here, think of this as a diving Once the ceremony begins, we will all be... Lastly...
Well...
There's a little more in the event that's...
I second that.
So...
Good.
So, did Mr. Dainsliff tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rerir kept some big secrets.
But surely you're...
If you think that, you'd... But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first...
Well... All right, I'm
all set over here too.
Promise Paimon you'll be extra...
All right. Close your eyes. Phew. Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. According to Dainsliff, is this where you keep your secrets?
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, neutralite. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, neutralized. Another one for purged Sounds like she was that... Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed. Neutralized. Just another noob. Come to think of it, Neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. Neutralized. Filed. Neutralized.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No!
No. My job is to ensure the
പോസ്റ്റ്
survival of the
ഫൈറ്റിലായിരിക്കും ഈ
Eclipse
പാട്ടാണ്
Dynasty.
ഇമോഷണൽ
And the only way to do that is by eliminating any
ഇമോഷണൽ ഡാമേജ്
and all potential threats.
എപ്പോഴാ
It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every
ഫോർട്ട്
single
പാട്ടായ
one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed. He looks even gloomier than last.
Mr. Vedafilnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out. Tell me.
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such. Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of...
Does it feel good? Knowing...
I'm afraid the notions of... You fear my silence.
That's right.
You must... The burden of prophecy.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know...
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in...
You make a fair point. Especially given my silent... Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis? Guess I'd better tread carefully.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir. And he claimed.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it?
Why are you telling me?
Simple. I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last. Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him persuade the Vinster King.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets over and over again? Or why we refuse to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Conria will fall. And it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
The Rehir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Revere. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own past a secret this whole time, too. Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. No matter who I have to face.
Was that Revere who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises. Just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Deli? Oh. They're talking about those people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. And no one even remembers them.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be! So many have died already! And they say that the king's madness. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our veins? Felindis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Revere said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Revere has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been a long time since my family severed ties.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly
possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king? I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you. Don't forget that Rerir is in eclipse. For now, don't come looking for me. And if even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself, take it. You call that change? I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so...
Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. The prey won't sense a thing.
I don't. All that no one's ever died a quiet death at your hands.
I work clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open or though. Maybe if it doesn't make you right now. Someday it doesn't.
That won't happen.
One thing, ever since you fell under the spell of the it's getting you got a handful of it.
What I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Was it because she didn't trust you? Or something?
Delindis, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers.
Yes, what about him?
He was arrested to... I just don't get it! After everything, or does it mean nothing?
No, that's...
I need to go now, Delindis. If you...
Author, Felindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is no progress whatsoever. Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Sure.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living.
that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? So these files are in. Time to wade through them. I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Flindis?
Why? But you bear, how could you possibly have anything to do with that?
A diluted bloodline. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk. Erminsul. Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
I wish you. I was here. He left.
You're...
I am. As long as...
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. But if you let me go, you won't be able to...
Good point. In that case, maybe you should stay.
No, please! I just want to see the outside world.
Go on living?
Yes. I know you...
If I let you leave, what will become of me? But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each...
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir. What do you...
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not...
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now he won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate. Tell me then! What will this moment of... And... no answer.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems the king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. And it looks like this Thalindis, Rerir's would-be fiancé, herself belonged to a subrick. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone... And why does Vedifilnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? This guy... The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something... We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction,
Part simulation, part reasoning. But once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has really been hiding.
Rerir, are you there? Come with me.
Okay.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before.
ഹലോ ഹലോ ഇടയ്ക്കൊന്ന് ഹൈ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പോകണ്ടല്ലോ, എന്താ പരിപാടി? എന്താ അന്ന് വലിയ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡാണോ? ഹായയാ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് അല്ല മാം, ജലദോഷം കോൾഡായി. ഇനി എനിക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് ജലദോഷത്തിന്റെ സമയമായി, സമ്മറായില്ലേ. തുമ്മിയിരിക്കുക, തന്റെ മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് തുമ്മിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കേടാ.
Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers. The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible.
Robtatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsliff, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhydaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you.
so at least some of them. You're president of the
ആദ്യമൊക്കെ
Universitas
കാണിച്ചിട്ട് എനിക്ക്
Magistrorum,
മനസ്സിലാകുന്നില്ല, അപ്പോഴാണ് ഇത്
the chief
കാണിക്കുന്നത്.
royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment. Vice President Veet doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such a... Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task. And as for Efterveet, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like...
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentence.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedafenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king...
Vedafenir in prison? Strange. Does this mean the king's circle of trust?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having?
Dane?
Rescue Vedafenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may, my blade will force...
So, Vedafenir's prophecy enraged the king. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. You have noble ambitions, Dane. But I'm afraid that...
A letter of pardon. The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon. This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But what? Another mystery I'll need...
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, however, there are a number of hurdles. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the moon marrow lab. The Universitas... This is not a wise move. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. If we really made it there one day...
ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്, ഞാൻ നിർത്തുക. ബൈ, പിന്നെ കാണാം. ഓക്കെ ബൈ, താങ്ക് യു ഫോർ വാച്ചിങ്. ഒരു മറ്റു